Screaming Geek Me here. I am Jay the Geek. Today we're going to talk about Tron Legacy on 4K. But before we get into this, if you like 4Ks, Blu-rays, DVDs, if you like home theater movies in general, please check out my other videos on my channel because I do these reviews. I do different discussions. I do unboxings, collection updates every month. So check that stuff out. Hit the like button. Subscribe, turn your bell notifications on, and always feel free to comment below. Let me know what you think. Now, I'm always stressing, comment below because I'm not afraid to take a little criticism. I like everyone's feedback, good or bad. As long as you keep it respectful, I respect those everyone's opinions out there. I can take my shots because I know I ruffled some feathers with a couple of my videos recently. So let's talk about Tron Legacy on 4K. The movie came out in 2010, rated PG. Directed by Joseph Kosinski, has Jeff Bridges coming back, Bruce Boxleitner, Garrett Hedlund, and Olivia Wilde. Now, I do love this movie. It is really good. For a movie that was, it's a sequel that's almost 30 years after the original. And it's like, how can they top the original Tron? I mean, of course, the first thing comes to mind is the computer graphics. That's going to be, they raise the bar pretty high. But as far as story-wise, what are you going to do? Basically, Jeff Bridges' character, Kevin Flynn, he disappears. As his son was Sam was very young, and Flynn, he disappears, and then later on finds out he's got trapped down into the in the computer world in the grid, and his son Sam gets back in there, and to find him and all. So everything is updated, but really good overall. For me, I think what really takes it up a notch is the music score. It was done by Daft Punk. Oh man, the music score here just takes it to a whole nother level. It is freaking nuts. This is where you want it cranked up. It's like you just freaking jam to it. Just really sucks you into it and just is incredible. Now, the 4K here comes from Disney. It came out later in the fall of 2025. The movie was filmed in digital. So honestly, obviously it is going to look pretty damn good. It's finished with HDR10 and Dolby Vision. So again, being digital, it's pretty flawless throughout. And it's pretty much what you would expect. It has the details, textures, lighting. The colors are nice and crisp. But that being said, because it's in digital, it just doesn't have the same impact as the original movie did. So honestly, I prefer this one over this as far as the looks go, because this was on film. And you can tell, watching this, it feels digital. So in that aspect, the original Tron looks better. But this is definitely eye candy, pure, reference quality. There's nothing bad to say about this because it was filmed in digital. Now, as far as a Blu-ray comparison, I popped in the Blu-ray afterwards. And there's very little difference, again, because it was filmed in digital. You just can't tell the difference between the Blu-ray and the 4K, really not. Now, the audio, they gave us Dolby Atmos track, just like the first one. And again, like the video, the audio here is pretty flawless. Now, this is where this one outshines the original Tron. It is being a newer movie. The sound design is freaking spectacular. Has much more bass. This really thumps the house, even in the Atmos track. Where the original Tron, the Atmos track, didn't have hardly any bass at all, just little hints of it. This one really kicks ass. But all the sounds, the dialogue is there, the nice balance overall, great ambience. Really sucks you into everything. And another highlight scene was near the end when the character Clue is doing a speech addressing his troops. You can hear the echoes of the speech throughout the entire area. That was very well done. It felt like you was actually there. But again, like the original Tron, the Blu-ray has a DTS 5.1, and again, the DTS has a much harder hitting bass than what the Atmos track does. So I wish Dolby would step up their game. If they want to be on the same playing field as DTS, they need to bump up their bass a little bit. There's so many movies that you want that bass to knock your socks off, and Dolby Atmos 9 times out of 10 does not cut it. But outside this, I mean, this is pretty flawless. Now for the packaging, now steelbook here, we got the J card, you can see, got all the info on the back. Gorgeous steelbook. Again, these are just simply stunning. Now I'll share the digital code with you here in a second. And we got the 2 discs there, the 4K and the Blu-ray. And I'll pop these out so you could check them out. You got the inside artwork. Now I'll pop the code up for you to check out while I'm putting these back in. Hit the pause button, jot down the code, and if you want to check this out, if you haven't bought this yet. Now for the bonus, again, I don't think there's anything new here. Everything is ported over from the Blu-ray. The next day, Flynn lives revealed. Discover what happens after the movie ends. Special look at Tron Uprising, the Disney XD animated series. We got a music video. We got Launching the Legacy, uncover how the writers and filmmakers created this amazing story. Disc Roars, which is director Joseph Kosinski. He rallies the fans at Comic-Con. Visualizing Tron, see the filmmakers bring the world inside the grid to life. Installing the cast, stars discuss their unique Tron experiences. So some pretty cool stuff, even though it's all ported over. So to wrap it up, is this an upgrade over the Blu-ray? I would say no. If you don't have to get the 4K, if you've got the Blu-ray, I would just stick with that because the only difference would be the Dolby Atmos, and really the DTS is better. But visually, it's identical to the Blu-ray. The only reason you'd probably get this is a steelbook. If you're OCD, if you've got the first one, you're going to get this one. But if you don't need it, I would say stick with the Blu-ray. But if you do want this, Amazon, it's not available. It's sold out, but you can get it on Walmart at the current time for $39.99. So if you want it, it is available. So that pretty much does it for my look at Tron Legacy on 4K. Please comment below. Let me know what you think. Did you get this, or you've been kind of waiting? Check out my other videos on my channel. Like, subscribe, turn your bell notifications on, and we'll see you soon. Geek out.